What is the scariest part of your appointment with your OB? No, it's not the medical exams and it's not the tests. Here's what's really scary, and this is the part that I see so often in the mom groups, is the point where you realize that the person that you hired at the beginning of your pregnancy is now doing the complete opposite of what they said that they were going to do. They said at the beginning that they were going to support your natural birth. They said at the beginning that they weren't going to push induction unless it was medically necessary. But now that you have hit 36 weeks and you're now at the point of your pregnancy where it's going to be so much harder for you to get the support that you need in your care, guess what happens? Guess what happens? Suddenly, they are finding every single excuse that they could possibly get to get you into the books for an induction. They start to say things like, your baby seems to be a little big. You might want to think about starting to induce so that you don't go over. Or they suggest a membrane sweep to get things going. Or they give you all these other options in how you could possibly get things going before labor. They start to check your cervix. They tell you you're not dilated. Or they say you're starting to show signs of progress, and maybe it would be a good idea to do a sweep. Or they start telling you how things are going to go when you get to the hospital, how they're going to basically want to have at least one vaginal exam to make sure that you're actually progressing. And they start to just give you all of these things. You're starting to realize this is not a natural birth. What do? This is exactly why I say that at the beginning of your pregnancy is the perfect time to start conducting those interviews. Because if you know how to do it in the beginning, you can position yourself as the expert. You position yourself as the person in charge. And your care provider, whoever you hire, is along for your ride, not the other way around. So then you never have to have those conversations because you have established yourself through multiple appointments at the beginning of your pregnancy, and even before you actually came to them and hired them, you've identified yourself as being the one to make all the decisions. So you have this energy about you. It's the don't mess with me energy. This energy is really powerful. When you realize you can birth your baby, whether or not you have anybody there or not, what this does is it puts that energy out there where your OB basically has to follow your lead, because otherwise they're not getting paid. Simple as that. You'll go elsewhere. It's like if you're going to be dealing with your kids in the future and your kid is throwing a tantrum because they're not getting the thing you want. As long as you are confident in your energy and you're not making them wrong for their fears, what this does is it automatically shows that you're the leader. Well, guess what? You're the leader when it comes to your OB. But the medical system is so used to this idea that they tell you how your pregnancy needs to go. They tell you how your labor needs to go. They tell you how your birth needs to go. They tell you how your postpartum needs to go, how you need to do your parenting. How many times you take your baby for baby checkups, and all of a sudden, or you see this in the mom groups, where the doctor says, okay, well now it's probably a good time for you to start solids. Now is probably a good time for you to start sleep training. What do you mean you're still breastfeeding? You should be feeding your baby something else by now. And they have this opinion. And a lot of people think, oh, doctors have all the ideas of how parenting goes. No, again, it's about trusting your instincts. So the more confident you feel in your pregnancy to trust your instincts and only bring in your care provider for those things that you might need their set of skills on, or a little bit of help in suggesting something, but you're like, ultimately at the end of the day, it's my decision. I just want to kind of bring this up to you so I can hear your thoughts. But not taking it as, oh, they said this, so I have to do it this way. That allows you to become the strong advocate later for your baby when doctors and nurses and family members start to tell you how you should be raising your child. So it's all connected. So how do you do that? It's simple. Recognize you're this kid's mom. This baby that's inside of you right now, you are their biggest protector. It is your job to protect them from anybody who is going to compromise the integrity of your baby's process, because your baby is actually the one growing. Your baby is growing themselves. Your doctor's not doing anything. They can't actually do anything to make sure that you have a healthy baby. Your baby's got your process. Your job is to facilitate that process, not let somebody else control it. And as your child grows, as your baby turns into a toddler and turns into a child, as they grow, they are their own unique human being with their own unique blueprint. And they don't fit in that box. So you want to, again, facilitate the process. Don't control it. Facilitate it. Because one day they're going to become adults. One day they're going to have their own lives. And if you continue to show them that their process is okay, they're going to grow up and be like, I'm okay. And they're not going to have that doubt, that self-doubt, that thing inside them, like what you have right now. If you're thinking, I can't speak up to my doctor, they're the expert. I can't speak up to my family. They know more than me. They're older than me. They've had more experience than me. No. You know your own self better than anyone else. You know your body better than anyone else. So when your OB is telling you, okay, it's time we should probably think about inducing, or your baby's too big, all you have to do is take a deep breath like this. And then tune in. And then ask yourself one question. Does this feel true to me? Or is this just somebody else's fear? If it's somebody else's fear, let it go. I don't care who said it. That's the energy you really need. And I love you, and I'd really love to teach you. So if you are interested, just send me a quick message or send me an email, carly@empoweringmomsbirth.com. If you ever have any questions or there's something you want to talk about, I'm here. And happy almost Halloween. Love you. Bye.